spiritual IDEANCE process, step 7, educate. Let's see if we got it here. 2, supersize and grow your business faster. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We're on the final step and the final day of speaking about and discussing or focusing on spiritual health and well-being. We will probably talk about a couple of things related to that in No Nonsense November. But next month, we're going to switch gears and talk about physical health and well-being and the physical aspects of running, growing, owning, and supersizing your own business. So today, educate. I got a couple of points I want to make on this, and then a challenge for you, of course, because we do a single daily action to reinforce what it is that we're learning. And the IDEANCE process, we came up with this in January. For the last few years, every January, as part of the annual challenge, we've come up with our own process for getting what we want in any area and aspect of our life. And we focus a month on each area and aspect. Well, today we're wrapping up spirituality and the spiritual aspect of us. Now, a lot of people would argue and think, oh, there's nothing spiritual about business. It's just business. Well, they might say the same thing about business isn't relationships. And maybe your business isn't, but I guarantee if you shift your mindset, open up to the possibility that your business is and has a spirit of its own and is a living, growing entity, if you want it to grow and expand, of course, only, then you're opening yourself up to competitive advantages that other people won't even consider. And again, we defined our spirituality for ourselves and our organizations at the beginning of the month. And so you build off of and on that. So today, what does it mean to educate? I've come to believe that we have a moral obligation to share with other people, to help other people in order to make the world a better place. And what we put out into the world is what comes back to us. So if we share information, and I grew up in the corporate world where information was hoarded, right? Back in my day in corporate, which has been almost 2 decades now since I found myself unemployable, everybody had their own little area of expertise and everybody stuck to themselves and their people and never shared information or processes or strategies or anything. And I came in and of course I love to mix things up and cause a little ruckus in a positive way. I would go from department to department and learn about all the different divisions and departments of the business that I was working in. And we would document processes and procedures, and we would find the best way and the best people that were doing anything. And we would make that what we all aimed for. And then we would continually improve on top of that. And that was, I guess, in a nutshell, my strategy in terms of how I ran my corporate career. A couple other things, but that was kind of the essence of it. And I don't know where I discovered it, but somewhere along the line, I decided that I would go through the organization backwards and do that backwards and build it backwards. And I found out that that was way faster than going through the organization and with the flow of the process, usually in manufacturing, forward, which is, sometimes we discover those things and we use them. And I share that with everybody because sometimes if you just look at your processes backwards, you see where the holes and the gaps are. So I think we have a moral obligation to learn and continually improve and be a better version of ourselves all the time throughout our lifetime. That's why we're here on the planet, is to be better and to set the example for other people and make the world a better place. And part of that is sharing what we learned. I think we've gone from this overabundance of education, and actually with AI and everything else, there's so much information out there. Anything you want to learn to do, you can learn to do if you just set your mind to it and you go looking for the information. And it's not even hidden. It's on the internet. It's out there in plain sight. People will pretend that they have some secret formula, or, I use the word secret because it gets people's attention, but actually, I don't think anything I know is a secret because it's out there in the ether for all of us to find if we're looking for it. And what we look for, we find. That works both positively and negatively, by the way. I think we're in more of a wisdom age and putting it all together, a synergistic age, than we are just the information age. And I can't remember who said it, and community-based and actual human being age, but one of the experts said, I listen to a lot of stuff and hear a lot of stuff online. I can't remember where it comes from all the time anymore. But we expand by what we put out into the world. We expand by helping others expand. So when we learn something new, if we share it with someone else, number one, it reinforces the learning for us. Number two, it helps us to expand and grow. It helps us to understand it better. If we can explain it to someone else, we understand it better. I learned this from and I had known it, but I learned it from Steve Larson, where I really started to apply it in my businesses and in my life, probably 7 years ago, maybe longer. Steve Larson was with ClickFunnels. Now he does a whole lot of cool things on his own. But that's where I really started practicing. Hey, learn something, teach it to somebody else. And sometimes I just teach it to my kids. Other times I would just share it with a friend. Sometimes I would just post about it or write a post about it, or I would just share it on social media because I knew somebody else needed to hear it. It put it out into the universe, and it reinforced my understanding of it. And that was the most important part, because it allowed me to set the example of how we can do this, but it also helped me to get better and to grow. And that's what we're here for. That's what it's all about. So today, I challenge you to teach somebody something, or to teach something by sharing it on social media, by making a little video, by sending an email, sending a note, say, hey, I found this great article. People love it when you think of them, when you read something and you think of them and share it with them. If they don't, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe they're not the right person to be helping to try to expand and grow and improve or ascend, whatever you call it. All right, so that's our topic for today. Educate. How can we educate? How can we share? And I have friends and people I follow on social media in real life that are just incredibly giving people. And I love to follow them. I love to read everything they write, because they write things in such a beautiful way that tap into something in me that help me to grow and get better. So we all want to grow and get better, right? Anyway, that's our topic for today. That is our ending on spiritual focus. Of course, we're not leaving it forever. We're going to wrap everything up in December. But if you have any questions about any area that we've talked about ever, or anything ever, you know to just reach out and ask. All right. Oh, as on the topic of educating, I am setting up a school community on the school platform for Supersize Your Business. And today we're having our first call at 10 a.m. Central Time. I know at least one other person is going to be on it, but I'm excited because that is a platform and a way for us to all share and learn from one another. All right. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. It's free to join for my founding members. So anytime. And I'm going to reach out. I haven't reached out yet because I don't even have the framework set up or my about page or anything, which is the page you land on when you go to it. But I'd be glad to, if you don't mind having it be a work in progress, I'd love to have you join me. All right. Have a great day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.